Hello, what is up guys? EvilDuoStorm here today, back with another Black Desert video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the season server, the new permanent season server in Black Desert, going over all of your questions you might have about this. If you're a new player wondering, what am I supposed to do? Is the season server right for me? Or if you're a more experienced player looking to get all the cool items off of the season server, that way you don't miss anything, this is going to be the video for you. There's going to be chapters down below, you can step through the different sections, all those good things that you expect in an EvilDuoStorm guide. Now quickly before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, new to Black Desert, or you've been watching videos on the channel and still have not subscribed yet, please consider it. Helps to grow my channel, you stay up to date with new content, and we both win. And without further ado, let's get into it and start off with what is a season server? So if you're new to Black Desert and never experienced a season server before, it's essentially a catch-up type server. It allows you to progress your gear, equipment, stats a lot faster than on a normal server, and lets you kind of catch up to the people that have been playing for a long time. Some highlights of the season server include increased EXP gains while you're out leveling, item sets that are easier to upgrade than other gear sets you can get in the game, a plethora of login rewards and bonuses, a sort of battle pass like you might see in like Fortnite or something like that gives you different rewards for accomplishing different things in game, tokens that you can use to spend on different items that'll help you on your adventure, and just in general, a ton of other things. So as a new player, this is definitely the way you want to start your character. If you're just getting into Black Desert or you played for a little bit, you definitely want to make a seasoned character to get started, rapidly catch up to other players, and all those awesome things. Now, if you're a bit more of an experienced player, the season server also benefits you in the fact that it gives you the opportunity to level up a new character without the hassle of having to deal with PvP against other players, and a more chill or like relaxed progression experience that allows you to kind of just have fun again while playing Black Desert. Personally, I've made like half of my alts on my account, you can see how many characters I got, using season servers. They're fantastic, great way to progress. So hopefully I've done a good enough job selling you on why you should make a seasoned character, and if I have, your next question is probably, how do I get started with all of this? So if you're an experienced player who's been playing for a bit, odds are pretty good that you already have a seasoned character like I do right here, and you're going to need to graduate that current season character before you can make a new season character on the Evergreen season, the permanent season servers that are in Black Desert. And if you're a new player, you're just going to have to bear with me for a few seconds while I show the old timers how to get through this. So if you do have a leftover season character, what you're going to need to do is talk to the NPC Fugar, who's located here in Velia, but you can use the find NPC function, type in Fugar to find this NPC throughout the game world. But when you go ahead and interact with them, you're going to need to accept a quest that gives you a Fugar's timepiece. This Fugar's timepiece will allow you to duplicate your character stats on any other character on your account so long as it's under level 25, essentially taking a level 25 character to the same stats as whatever character you have currently. That's the super abbreviated version. I have a full-on guide on how to use this, what it does, and everything on the channel. It's linked in the description down below. However, for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to throw it out because I have no interest in using it, but you definitely should use it if you still have it. After you've gone ahead and used that timepiece or gotten rid of it, whatever you're choosing to do, press the I key on the keyboard to bring up the Black Desert Season Pass and complete the Black Desert Season Pass. This will give you an option to graduate, which you can then click confirm, and it will go through the graduation process here. And after you relaunch Black Desert, you'll now be at the same spot as every new player here with 2 of these season character tickets here, and hopefully an empty character slot. If you don't have an empty character slot, you can purchase a character expansion slot coupon from the Pearl Shop using loyalties, 10,000 loyalties here, which you get a couple hundred every single day for logging in. So for playing the game for about 50 days, you can get a new character slot expansion for free, essentially. So let's start off with what these season character tickets are. Essentially, instead of doing season servers like they used to in the past, where you have one every 3 months, you can now make a season character whenever you want, so long as you have a season character ticket. These will be replenished periodically, and everybody starts with 2 of them on their account. So in order to make a season character, you need a season character ticket as well as an empty character slot, which I have both of these right here. And we can go ahead and click on this and get started with the season character. You'll get a pop-up saying, would you like to make this a season character? You'll select create season character. And from here, you'll select your class and go through your character customization. And after you've gone through character creation, make sure again that season character is selected here. Make sure it's selected before you create this character. Check your name, get your name set, and hit create character. You'll now see your season character located at the bottom of your screen here that you can log into and click the enter key here. If you've played through the tutorial before, you'll be allowed to skip it. If not, it's going to start you off right in the tutorial. I'm going to skip the tutorial. You'll then be asked to select where you want to start in your Black Desert adventure. The game is going to present you with 3 possible options to start with, but don't worry, it's really only 2 you have to decide between, because Land of Morning Light is a complete waste of your time as a new player, or just starting out on a new character in general. Avoid the Land of Morning Light until you've progressed further in the game. So that leaves you 2 options then, the Ancient Stone Chamber and the Mountain of Eternal Winter. If you are a newer player just getting into Black Desert, I would probably recommend the Ancient Stone Chamber start just because it walks you through the whole story of Black Desert and you get to experience it. It's like 40-something hours, all those fantastic things. If you're a new player who just wants to get to the point where you're doing stuff faster though, the Mountain of Eternal Winter is going to make it easier for you. Additionally, my entire leveling guide for leveling up through questing as fast as possible is located and starting in the Mountain of Eternal Winter region. So if you want to follow my leveling guide the whole way through, you'll also want to do this. And finally, if you're a veteran or returning player who's played through the story a couple of times before, you're probably going to want to start with the Ancient Stone Chamber because you can use the rapid progression questline available from Fugar. This is the option I'm going to pick for this video because the other two options are follow Evil Duosarm's leveling guide video that he already has, or just play through the story if you're a new player. Don't really need to make a guide on those, but definitely need to show you how to get the rapid progression questline. So we'll start with that and start our own adventure here at the Ancient Stone Chamber. So when you drop into the game, you're going to have a little black spirit pop up and you can start working through the main storyline here. And if you're a new player, the very first thing you're going to want to do is watch this video on my channel that tells you how to disable all the stupid notifications that are going to pop up on your screen. But to just quickly cover it, escape key on the keyboard, settings, general settings, alerts, and just turn all of this stuff off because that's just going to make your screen pop up with annoying stuff all day. But with that out of the way, you can start progressing through the quests in Black Desert, and if you're a new player, it's pretty straightforward. The game's going to put markers on top of stuff. You'll probably have a line telling you how to adventure through the world and get to those NPCs. The R key is your interact key. You can chat with various characters and whatnot like that. Periodically throughout your questing, the Black Spirit's going to pop up, give you items and rewards. Sometimes you'll need to click this main quest tab to select the main quest to continue progressing through it. And in general, just kind of follow the icons around the world, pay attention to the story if you want, and learn about all the different characters in it. Now for those of you that are going for the rapid quest line here at the start, you're going to want to make your way all the way over through the story up until you get to the NPC Alistan. So the game's going to drop you off at this NPC Alistan in a little bit. I'm kind of just going to speed run over through that point now. So if you're going for the speedway through it, when you get to the NPC Alistan, which is this guy right here, go ahead and interact with him. Confirm, confirm, then escape out, and you're going to be presented with a crossroad. You're going to want to pick the simplified quest line if you are an advanced player trying to get through this as fast as possible. Pick the simplified line. If you're a new player trying to progress through the story, experience it all, and all those good things, take the main crossroad. So I'm going to select the simplified crossroad, select, and run it down the line to show you how to run through that. From here, it just sends you off to go talk to Fugar. When you interact with him, he's going to give you a new quest, Special Growth, Fugar's Conundrum. Accept that quest line. In his footsteps, just mash through the dialogue essentially here. We're just going to keep mashing through it. And once you've done that, you should have a full set of Naru gear, which you can throw on your character right away and look pretty cool. Now from this, you're going to go ahead and hit the Special Growth quest line here. It's in the right side of your little quest journal, right click it. Main quest, you'll see Special Growth Fugar's Chapter 1, and then Fugar's inventory slot thing right there. Pick both of those suckers up. That'll give you inventory expansions, which are always nice. And the new quest, which is to obtain level 20. So if you choose this rapid progression quest line here, all you need to do is level up in order to essentially play through the entirety of the story. As you play through the story, you would normally get these Naru pieces of gear. So if you're a new player who's just playing through the story, you're going to get all these Naru gear pieces. Again, if you pick the rapid questline here, you're going to get them a lot faster. So we've now reached the point where the adventures are going to differ for different people, and it's kind of tough to cover it all for everyone all in one video. Essentially, if you've selected the rapid questline like I did in this video, you're just going to be trying to level up your character as fast as possible. If you want to know the route that I take as far as my own leveling, I will just kill some mobs over here in Heidel, kill some stuff down here, run through this little glitch swamp, kill the guys at the Bloody Monastery, head back over here to the abandoned land, kill the stuff at the abandoned land, kill some troll dudes up at the top over there, go to Catfishman Camp, and then head back over into Medea for the rest of my leveling all the way up to about level 58. Then I'll either do the Desert Nagas or Fogans up to level 61. That's my personal route. Other people have other leveling routes that they like to do a little bit faster. If instead you are a new player who's just getting into the world of Black Desert, you're just going to follow the quest markers that pop up in the top right corner of your screen. So you can see underneath your minimap, you'll have a little quest notification that tells you where to go. If you ever get lost, you can click this little find button here that'll place a waypoint on your map as to where you need to go. Sometimes you need to talk to the Black Spirit, which is the common key on the keyboard, and they'll give you quests in the main quest tab here. So if you ever get stuck, just kind of hit any of those different options and work your way through the story. And then the third option is that you selected the Mountain of Eternal Winter start, which I have a full-on walkthrough literally through the entire quest line here. So yeah, you can check out my video guide on it here. Again, all of that is linked in the description down below. So what I'm going to do is progress my character a little bit to show you some of the stuff you're going to get as you progress through the story, and then show you how to do some upgrading and stuff like that. So I'll see you in a few seconds. So as you progress through your adventure, either via doing main story quests or doing this rapid quest line, you're going to get various rewards for completing the quest. In this case, I'm doing the rapid quest line, and I've been awarded various upgrade materials as well as accessories. Again, doing different quests through the main story are going to give you the same exact stuff. So either way, you're going to be getting these items, just differs how you get to them. You're also going to be getting inventory expansion slots, so make sure to pick those up throughout the Black Spirit on your adventures. And yeah, basically a bunch of different stuff. Now, of particular note from the rewards are going to be the Naru gear pieces that you get, as well as the beginner blackstones for weapons and armor. These blackstones are what you use to enhance your gear in Black Desert, specifically the Naru gear that we're looking at. In order to do gear enhancement, go ahead and take off a piece of gear that you have on your character, press the comma key to bring up the Black Spirit, go to the Enhancement tab, select that piece of gear from your inventory, and you will see the proper blackstone selected automatically. From here, you can play the animation or skip it, you'll see your percent chance for success, and you can kind of just hit the Enhance button to upgrade your gear and make it stronger for the beginning portions of the game. This gets more difficult as you continue to advance your character, which makes a bunch of sense. And this is pretty much going to be the extent I cover it in this video. If you're looking for a full-on, in-depth gear progression guide for a season server, I have the video. It's linked down below. It's 30-something minutes long, but it's got chapters so you can jump to the relevant portion for where you are in your own gear progression, right? So you don't have to watch all 30 minutes of it at once, you can just jump to whichever part in your story progression you're at. But anyway, this video telling you how to enhance your gear is linked in the description down below. So in addition to the items that you get just for playing through the story there is also the Black Spirits Pass, which should be glowing up at the top right here, the Season Pass. I talked about this at the start of the video. This is essentially your battle pass for achieving certain accomplishments in the game. So if you haven't clicked on this already, you're going to see a bunch of different rewards that you can pick up down the line, including inventory expansions, a free tier 8 horse, which is fantastic to help you on your adventures, a riding crop, which increases your movement speed on a horse, and more of these upgrade materials. So pretty nice to help you progress your character here in the early going. You can see I claimed a ton of enhancement and upgrade items. This horse can be redeemed at any stable keeper in the game. If you're trying to find the closest one, you can use the Find NPC function at the top and select the stable icon to place a waypoint on your map to the closest stable keeper to get that horse. And always make sure you have your riding crop equipped because it increases your movement speed while riding on a horse. So those are the free things you should be looking out for at this point. I'm going to keep going on until I get to a little bit higher of a level now. Now at level 49 in your adventure, you're going to have to complete a quest line in order to advance past level 49. You'll see I'm stuck at 100%. That quest line is obtained from the Black Spirit by pressing the comma key on the keyboard, clicking on the main quest. Till level 50, go beyond your own limits. Accept that quest line. In your inventory, you'll have a little glass shard, clear memory piece. Right-click that thing to consume it, then talk to your Black Spirit once again to complete that quest line. This will allow you to go over level 100, or level 50 rather, oops. Go ahead and attack one mob and you'll see that you'll ding that level. So that's simple, pretty straightforward. You just gotta make sure to do that quest line if you want to continue leveling. For those of you that are wondering why you'd want to stay under level 50, PvP is not enabled until level 50, so it'd keep your character from being attacked in PvP. But otherwise with that, you can continue progressing and leveling and playing through the story and all of those good things here, and I'll come back when we're at a little bit further into this progression. Now at some point along your adventure, you're going to have maxed out all of these armor pieces and gotten them all the way up to the pen stage. So the pen stage is this little V, and it is representative of the highest stage of gear you can get currently in Black Desert for any tier of gear. In order to transfer this gear over to the next tier of gear, you're going to want to click this icon right here in your inventory, which will allow you to swap these gear pieces over into the next highest tier. So to do that, just select the piece and click the Convert tab, and it'll be enhanced up to the next stage, which is Tuvala. So your pen Naru goes to a Pry Tuvala piece of gear. Run it down the line with all of your pieces of gear as you successfully complete these. There's also a pop-up while you're enhancing that tells you to do this as well, so you might have already clicked that, but if you missed it or didn't click it because you didn't know what you do, this is how you enhance these up to the Tuvala stage. Again, just run it down the line and convert these all up to Tuvala, which is slightly better gear than you currently have again. You can then continue the enhancement of these gear pieces using the time-filled blackstones that you're going to get from the Season Pass rewards here, as well as doing quests and other things throughout your season server that we'll talk about later. And again, if you want more information on enhancing any of these gear pieces, again, full video linked in the description below. But anyway, I'm going to continue advancing here and pop back in a few seconds. Now, when you hit level 56 on your adventure, you're going to want to do the Awakening and Succession quest lines for your character. To access these, press the comma key on the keyboard to bring up the Black Spirit, head over to the main quest tab, and you're going to see a Your Class, and then either Succession or Awakening, or for classes that don't have it, there'll be another quest that kind of makes sense here as to what you're supposed to pick. It's this top quest line here to unlock the new specs and skills for your class. So this will unlock the entire Awakening specification for your class, as well as these additional prime skills that do absolute bonkers damage. So as soon as you can take these quests, you want to do them for that increased damage and ultimately faster leveling that you'll go through. They're pretty straightforward. They're just going to involve heading around, talking to different NPCs. Sometimes you got to kill some different enemies along the way. You'll have 2 boss fights at the end, and after you complete both of those boss fights, you'll have both of the specifications unlocked. So go ahead and knock that out, and then continue on your leveling adventure. Now, once you have your Succession and Awakening questlines out of the way, your next thing you're going to want to focus on is going to be progressing that Tuvala gear that we got. So again, video link down below how to upgrade it. But one of the things you'll definitely want to do every single week while you're on the season server is the weekly kill quest. This can be viewed by pressing the O key on the keyboard and clicking Season Weekly Stronger Tuvala Gear on this reoccurring tab. If you don't see it, make sure you have all quest types enabled. Here you'll see 22 quests. You can do one of these 22 quests, all centered around different grinding zones in the game that involve killing a certain number of mobs. So for example, this quest involves killing Schultz guard mobs for these reward items that you see down here in order to upgrade that Tuvala gear. In my case, I'm over here at the Titium Valley location. This is the NPC for that quest. If I go to them, hit the quest tab, Homesick Desert Naga, accept the quest, that's just all I have to do for this quest. Completing that kill quest is going to give me more enhancement materials that I can use to progress my character even further. So again, make sure to do these every single week. Now in addition to the weekly kill quest, there are other ways to gain these upgrade materials, and one of those is going to be the regional kill quest. So for example, in Titium Valley, you can see it has the regional kill quest that pops up next to your minimap to kill 250 enemies to obtain time-filled black stones. There are tons of regions that have these quests, and every single one of these regions has 2 of these quests available. Essentially though, it's pretty much every region that you can grind over here in the Valencia, Medea, Camasilvia, and Drigan regions. So all of those regions in the game, any of those grinding zones has 2 of these kill quests that'll give you bonus enhancement materials or accessories right on their own. A third way to get these enhancement materials is going to be through the use of the Rift's Echoes, which you can obtain either as random drops while out grinding on the season server or from completing that weekly kill quest. It'll spawn a series of bosses that you can fight that'll drop the enhancement materials for you. And then of course there's the good old tried and true fashion of grinding on a season server, because grinding on the season server will drop the various seasonal enhancement items. So if you just jump on a season server and grind, you'll get those items as well. But essentially what you're trying to do is accrue as many of those upgrade materials as you can to continue to pump that gear all the way up to the pen stage of Tuvala gear, which again, enhancement guide video, description down below. Alright, so we've made some pretty good progress on our season character. We've hit level 60, we've got all of our Tuvala gear up to the pen stage here, so we're in a good spot, and the only thing left to do is finish the Black Spirit Pass as far as like main objectives here on the season server, which I've gone through and done all of that. If you are struggling with some of these, like the ones of getting a duo accessory or a pry accessory, in order to get those items, you need to go ahead and interact with a blacksmith NPC, and then you enhance those using typical accessory enhancements. So if you don't have those items from grinding, that's how you go and get them. Otherwise, the majority of these are pretty straightforward. Killing mobs, gathering items, reaching levels, pretty straightforward. So when you've completed this pass and run it down the line, you'll be able to do the graduation. Now this should remind you of where we were at the very start of this video here, but this time we're not going to click this button right away because there's a few more things you might want to take care of before you finish off your season character. So first things first, any leftover Tuvala upgrade enhancement items here, like these black stones and whatnot, those are going to be deleted at the end of that season character. You can't save them for your next season character. So either sell them all or trade them in for various items at the NPC Fugar. Fugar has a bunch of different things you can exchange for at the NPC. You can click on the exchange tab, you can see there's tons of stuff you can exchange all those for. Second, you probably have a ton of these beginner blackstones left over. Again, you can just sell all of these. You can't do anything else with them. Nothing to worry about there. Third, there is a lot more content you can actually do in the game on a season character before you decide you want to graduate. First things first, season servers do not have PvP, which means it's a great opportunity for you to grind out extra levels on a character, play for a little bit longer. You get bonus income because of the time-filled blackstones that you can just sell to vendors. So it's just a bonus free extra item that drops, so free extra money grinding on a season server. So it's great if you're not entirely ready to make that jump, to continue progressing, keep grinding, and all those different things. Second, keeping in mind with all of that PvP stuff, the Red Battlefield, under the war function Red Battlefield, has season server exclusive versions that you can play on. Now these season character exclusive versions are gear normalized PvP, so if you've been looking for gear normalized PvP in Black Desert, beyond the Arena of Solare that comes out every once in a while, this is your pretty much only other way to get it here, so definitely something to check out. There's also a daily quest you can do in the Red Battlefield for some bonus Tuvala upgrade materials. The next thing we're going to talk about is going to be the weekly quest that you can do from Fugar. So these are the weekly dungeon quests that you can do with your friends on a seasonal character. You're going to want to touch these once you get to the latest stages of your gear. So make sure you have all of your gear upgraded as high as it's going to go, because it'll be a little challenging for you on a season character. But still, something else that you can do on your season character, the dungeons and little mini raids that are in the game with your friends. Now the next season exclusive item that you can pick up is the Treant's Tear. I just recorded a video for this, it'll be coming out later this week, so be sure to look out for that, but it's a season exclusive item that gives you life EXP bonuses while you're out doing life skilling, and likewise on the season server, there's a 30% life EXP bonus, so if you're trying to level up your life skills, season servers are a great server to do it on because of those bonus EXPs. Additionally, The season server has bonus items while gathering, so it gives you additional items just for playing on the season server, so really great opportunity to get into gathering and life skilling here. Keeping in the theme of life skilling, AFK fishing is also incredibly beneficial on the season server in specific locations. So if you AFK fish in Velia, located right around here, in Heidel, located right around here, in Altanova, located right over here, in Duvenkroon, located over here, in Valencia, located over here, or over here in Grana, you will get a seasonal fishing item. I've got a video guide that walks through how you can utilize that extra item to get an extra Pen Kaposha accessory, which is a huge bonus to your gear progression in the game. But there are a ton of other items that you can pick up from it, including Burning Moonlight Blackstones that you use for enhancing your character's gear, Tuvala weapon exchange coupons if you decide you want to reroll your seasonal character later after you're done with it, Jonas fragments or magical shards used for enhancing your gear even further with the Jatina questlines that we'll talk about in a second, and really just a bunch of other awesome items that you can pick up with it. So AFK fishing is fantastic on a season server, and definitely something you should consider doing. Now speaking of gear progression, there's a couple of gear progression related things you'll want to start working towards as well. First things first is that you can start farming up items that you're going to need for the Pen Boss Gear Exchange questline as well as the Pen Accessory questlines. So these two videos on my channel, they're both linked down below, so you can watch them there. These two videos have a bunch of items that you need to farm out, and you can start farming for those items on the season server. And then when you graduate your season character, you can immediately start to progress through these quest lines without having to farm up the items. This is super useful and definitely something you should think about. And in addition to farming for those gear upgrades there, you can also work for your infinite HP potion as well as mana potion, which again, video guide on Evil Duo Storm's channel. But those are two items that are going to take you a ton of time to grind out. A lot of grinding you're going to have to do. So definitely something you want to get a jump start on as fast as you can by running it through. And then of course we have the last major thing to look at on a season server, and that is these season seals of journey. So this is a new item with the latest season server that has a bunch of different items you can exchange from it. You could exchange them for 120 crown stones, which is kind of silly, so definitely don't do that. Plus a whole bunch of other little random items along the way down the list. However, the one exchange per family is probably what you're going to be more interested in. So we have the Mythical Sensor, which is used for the highest tiers of horse upgrading if you're into doing that advancement. Combat Skill and EXP Change coupon lets you re-roll your current main character to a seasonal character. So if you're a player that's been playing for a long time, you got a character that's like super far progressed, but you make a season character like, man, I like that one better, well, you can use the Skill EXP coupon to swap over that EXP from your main that you've been playing for years over to that new character. So pretty useful item there, definitely something to consider. We also have the Floramos accessory that's available there. Floramos accessory is the same as a Manos accessory. So if you're a life skiller or big on life skilling like me, that's about a 6 billion silver item right there. You can't sell it, but it saves you 6 billion silver that you'd have to spend otherwise, so pretty nice. The 3 weapon exchange coupons are fantastic again if you're an altaholic and want to reroll to a different character. So in the future, if you see yourself wanting to change classes a lot, might be something to consider. Although we do get given those pretty frequently from events, so don't go too crazy. And when I say pretty frequently, I mean maybe once or twice a year. The Advice of Valks plus 100 is a waste, don't bother with that. You're going to get an Advice of Valks plus that for just completing the season server, so don't even bother. Mount skill selection coupons again, nothing too crazy unless you're super into horse training. Choose your pet box is an interesting one if you're trying to progress your pets. And then the Made for Hire box is also nice if you're trying to just progress your account and you're a new player. Maids are super convenient, nice bonuses to your just general gameplay. They give you an extra 100 weight for all of your characters essentially. Me personally, I'm going to exchange these for the Floramos accessories, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people want those Skill EXP coupon changes or the weapon exchange coupons because they are pretty nice items to have. In order to do these exchanges, you'll need to find the NPC Puvio, who's located right here in Velia, right next to the NPC Zyra, right here. The exchange process is pretty simple. You just go to the exchange tab and you'll be able to see all the different exchanges you can do there. Or if you want to do the once per whatevers, you have to do the seasonal quest option. So quest, season, like I said, I'm going to get the Floramos accessory. You then go to the chat tab and exchange 100 of the seals for the Floramos accessory. I will be taking another ring. Now, once you're sure that you have done everything that you're going to want to do on the season character, right? All the grinding you're going to want to do, gotten all those gear pieces up to the pen stage, you've done all the different things you want to do. You can then move on into progressing through graduation, which again is pretty straightforward, just like we showed at the start of this video. Open up your Black Spirit Season Pass by clicking the little season icon there, or the Inventory tab, Black Desert Season Pass. Either way, you want to get to this menu, hit the Graduate button, and make sure you are on a non-season server. So I'm on Medea 1, make sure you're on a non-seasonal server when you click this button. After you're sure, 100% certain, go ahead and hit the Yes button. You'll then be reconnected and have successfully graduated that seasonal character. In your inventory, you'll have all your same gear, everything will be exactly as it was. You can throw it all back on and get back to playing that character. Now, one final thing you can do before we're done here is exchange the coupon that you got for graduating with the NPC Fugar. You actually got this for playing through the Season Pass, but yeah, you can exchange it now using the Season Special gift option down here. From here, you can select any one of these different items here, so either these Kaposha accessories, or all of these different Advice of Valks boxes. If you're a new player, you 100% should exchange for the Pen Kaposha necklace first, followed by the Kaposha belt, followed by the Kaposha ring. Exchange for those three things first, and then from there you can kind of pick whatever you want. But yeah, I want to make sure you get that one last little reward here from the season server. From here, your next sort of steps you should be looking into, again, are to work through the Jatina Questlines, which again, I've got video guides for, so check them out, or continue grinding your infinite HP potion, or continue working towards your life skill progression. Whatever you fell in love with on the season character, just keep doing it. But that is going to do it for this video, so I do hope you found it useful. I know it's a long one, but like I said, there's chapters down at the bottom so you can jump around to wherever you are in your current adventure. If this video is going to help you, let me know in the comment section down below, and again, thank you all for your continued support. Really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you at the next YouTube video, the next Twitch livestream, or wherever I happen to see you. Peace.